you know what? You know, like when you're looking forward to see somebody and they're coming to your house. So for us and our family, when the grandparents come in from Michigan, right, there's kind of like this anxiousness, right? When are they going to come? When are they coming? Are they coming now? Are they coming later? When are they going to be here? Well, they're going to be here in a half hour. Well, when are they going to be here now? It's like it's the 25 more minutes, right? Well, how about now? It's only been 1 minute. You know, they're coming. They'll be here, right? And then it's kind of like, they're looking out the windows, right? The kids are like looking out the windows. When are they going to come? When are they going to come? What's happening? And then they want to be the first one to open the door. They want to like be the one to greet Grandma and Grandpa coming in, right? And that's kind of that's the anxiousness, right? That's kind of like, that's like the opportunity that we have when we're ready. When Jesus comes back, we get to be a part of this thing that the church gets to be a part of kind of opening the door. It's kind of like we're going to be opening the door for Jesus' return. It's going to be an amazing part of what that's going to look like or feel like for us. And so we want to be. So Jesus is going, you want to be dressed. You want to be ready. Right? And so in the culture of those days, they would wear these, kind of robe type things. And being dressed means they would kind of gather up their robes and they would tuck it into their belt. And once they were dressed, they were ready for fight. They were ready to run. They were ready for battle. And so Jesus' picture is, be dressed. Be ready. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to come back at a time that you don't know. But I'm coming back. So be dressed. And be ready, and it's going to be like this. Once again, this picture that Jesus gives is it's like we're servants waiting for the master to return, and when he comes and knocks, we're going to be able to immediately open the door. Are you ready? Are you ready? And in this picture that Jesus gives to us, are you a servant that is ready to open the door? Are you looking out the window? See, a benefit of being ready is being a part of that openness to being with Jesus, to being there on that day, and you being a part of it. Are you ready? Will you open the door? My kids, I don't really, well, I know why now. My kids, when we pull up into the van, we have a minivan, we pull up into the garage, there's a race to open the van door. And then there's a race to get into the house to see our dog that's in a cage. And then there's a race to who opens up the cage so the dog comes out and gets loved, right? And so when we park the van, and I haven't even put it into park, the seatbelts are unbuckled, and they're like ready. And several times they've tried to open the door. So our doors like they like automatically move, and sometimes they open the door and it goes, which means too soon. Like and mommy and daddy don't like that. It's not a good day when the kids do that, right? And so we've said. But they're so anxious to open that door. They're so anxious to get to open up the gate. Are you anxious? Are you excited to see Jesus? Are you ready to open this door that Jesus is talking about? See, when you're ready, you're like a servant who's ready to open the door up to his master. It's a great benefit of being ready. Number two, this one just rocks me. It's still, if it wasn't in the Word of God, I would be like, no, I don't believe it. You will serve and you will be served. When you're ready for Jesus' return, you will be served. I mean, look at verse 37. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them watching when he comes. I tell you the truth, he will dress himself to serve. Will have them recline at the table and will come and wait on them. That is just incredible. That what Jesus is saying here is that when we as servants, when we open this door, then Jesus is going to come and he's going to serve us. That's nuts. Right? I mean, doesn't that just kind of blow your mind away? I mean, it just blows my mind away. Like, I try to look at all kinds of commentaries, even this morning, like, what does this mean? Does it really mean that he's going to serve us? We're going to recline? And he's going to serve? I mean, don't you want to be ready? Don't you want to be ready for that day when he comes back and we recline and he serves? And here's what I picture in my own mind going on here. He's going to serve, and he's going to serve with these hands. And we're going to see the nails in his hands. And we're going to bow down and worship. We're just going to be in awe of how incredible this God is that we love and worship. See, people, you need to know something about God. I don't know where you're at with God. I don't know how far away you are from him or how close you are from him. I don't know if you think God is distant and kind of separate from you and the things that you've done, so you're not good enough and all these kind of things. See, this text in Luke chapter 12 honestly just paints just a continued picture of how awesome our God is. Because the reality, right, the truth is that we are in some ways so bad, there's so much kind of sin in us that there's kind of every right that we would have to try to earn our way back to God, right? That's what makes sense to me, right? That there would be this thing, because I'm so bad, I've got to earn my way back to get to this God who's so good. That makes sense. Are you with me? Right? If I obey the 10 Commandments, then I'm a little bit better. If I'm a little bit better than Chip, then that's good. Then I'm a little bit better. And maybe I'll be good enough someday to get into heaven, right? That's kind of the thinking. That's the thinking of our day. If you're good enough, you can get there. But Jesus did something incredible. He said, it's not about how good you are. It's about what I've done on the cross. You will never be good enough. You will never earn your way to get to me. Number one, I'm too good, right? God's too good. And number two, you're too bad. That's bad news. But here's the awesome news. This is the gospel. Maybe you've come here and you don't know the gospel, and you're like, what is this Jesus thing about? The incredible, great news of Jesus Christ is that there's a way that you, as somebody who has done some bad stuff, can get to a perfect and holy God. And that is through Jesus Christ. That he has lived a life, that he has died on a cross, that he has risen from the grave, and it's because what he has done, not what you do, that you get to be saved. And now God goes beyond this. He doesn't just save us. He doesn't just forgive us. He doesn't just redeem us. But he even will come, this day is going to come, and he's even going to serve. It's incredible. Don't you want to be part of that day? When he comes back, and we're going to see him, get ready, right? Like, what are we doing? Why do we get lost? Why do we get distracted from these things? Jesus is coming back. And Jesus is saying to all of us, get ready. I'm coming. Get ready. I'm coming. Get ready. You don't want to miss out. You don't want to miss out on that day. Don't miss. Don't miss the most incredible day that's coming our way. Number one, there's going to be like this, there's this thought, this understanding, this emotion of opening the door. You will open the door. Number two, you'll serve and be served. And number three, I didn't really know how to, let me say this. You don't really miss those days when you get to be served, right? So ladies, if I was like, hey, you're going to get to go to the spa all day. And all day, people are going to serve you. They're going to do your nails. What's that called? A manicure. And then they're going to do your feet, which is a pedicure. And then they're going to, kind of give you, this massage thing going on. Okay. Would you get ready for that day? Yeah. Okay. At least somebody is honest, right? Okay. There's going to be a day that's coming that Jesus is coming back, and it's an incredible, mysterious way, at least to me. We're going to recline at a table with Him, and He's going to serve us. You don't want to miss out. Be ready. Number three, be ready so that you will be safe. And what I mean by this is I'm not talking about being safe in this life. I'm talking about being safe when it comes to you and your relationship with God and being with Him forever and ever and ever and ever. God does not promise us, in a sense, safety like we think of safety here. Right? Christians get cancer. Right? And Christians, followers of Jesus, their houses get broken into. He doesn't necessarily promise us safety here, but He promises a much greater sense of safety in that He gives us peace in the worst of times. And He promises us safety when it comes to being with Him in heaven forever and ever and ever and ever. All right, so let's look at Luke chapter 12 again. Verses 38 to 39. This is just incredible. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them ready. Do you get that? It's pretty clear. It's good. It's a good day for those people that are ready. Okay, it'll be good for those servants whose master finds them ready, even if he comes in the second or third watch of the night. Okay, what that's referring to is the second watch of the night was from 9 p.m. to 12 to midnight. The third watch was midnight to 3 a.m. Okay? So even if Jesus, or even if the master comes back a little bit later than what you would expect, be ready. Persevere. Keep going. You don't know when. You know He's coming back. Keep persevering. Keep living for Jesus, all right? So, verse 39. But understand this. If the owner of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. You also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect Him. All right? What an incredible picture Jesus gives of what it means for us to be waiting, or what it is, for us to be, just a picture, once again, of waiting and being ready. If your house was being broken into, would you be ready? If a thief was like, hey, Jay, midnight, I'm coming. I'm going to break into your house, all right? And I'm going to steal things. Okay, you're there. Okay, would you leave the house at that time? No. You'd be ready, right? That's the picture, all right? You're going to be ready. You're going to be ready when this thief. I've never had my house broken into, but about a month ago, I heard a true story. During the day, somebody started to break into somebody's house. A friend of mine started to break into their house. They thought they were not home. This thief thought no one was home during the day. I'm going to break into this house. Little did they know the family was down in the basement homeschooling. So all of a sudden, the mom